check out Ford shares jumping on news that the company is hiring workers to ramp up its electric vehicle efforts. Phil LeBeau joins us now with the very latest. And it's not just Ford, it's GM too.
Yeah, Melissa, what you're seeing is Ford and GM have both said we're making a concerted effort to A, put the manufacturing in place for electric vehicles, and B, roll out the models. We'll hear more from Ford later this week with the E-Transit van. But the announcement today is that they're going to be pumping another $100 million into their plant in Kansas City, adding 150 jobs. That's the plant where they're going to be building the E-Transit van. It's a commercial van. Look, the Transit and the Transit Connect have been wildly popular, not only here in the U.S., but also in Europe. And so when you look at Ford's game plan, it basically comes down to this, the Mustang Mach-E. And we're going to start to see more about this over the next several weeks as deliveries begin later this year. You've got the E-Transit van. That comes out at the end of 21. And then the all-electric F-150. That's the big push for Ford when that comes out. And you're going to start to hear more about that over the next year. Still, when you look at Ford and GM and you compare them with Tesla and NIO, I know people will look at this and they'll say, oh, they're flatlining. They're not doing anything. Sure, they're not getting the same move as far as the stocks that you're seeing with Tesla and NIO, but they're not sitting still. I mean, what you're seeing with both GM and Ford is a true plan for moving forward with EVs as quickly as possible. For General Motors, it comes down to this. They've got the Cadillac Lyriq. That's an all-electric vehicle. That's going to be coming out in the next year and a half or so. The GMC Hummer, which had its big unveiling, if you will, during the World Series, and we'll hear more about that over the next year. And then they've got 20 EV models by 2023. And yesterday, they said, look, we're hiring another 3,000 workers. They're going to be working in electric vehicles and our development of software as a service. So it's not just that we're making these. We want to make money, a continued revenue stream from those electric vehicles. So both GM and Ford, and both of the stocks have moved higher along with the rest of the market this week. And I know people at home will say, yeah, but they're not doing what Tesla and what NIO are doing. Look, they're moving forward. That is at least a step in the right direction for these guys and for these stocks.
And it might not be the same audience either that they're going after. I mean, it's not to say that one wins at the other's expense at this point in time.
Correct. And remember, when you look at Ford with the E-Transit, they're going after the commercial customer. Right. And they believe that electric vehicles will take off with commercial customers much faster than it will with, you and I, the retail customer who might go out to a dealership or order one through an automaker.
All right. Phil, thank you. Phil LeBeau in Chicago for us. We have been talking about a potential re-rating of some of these auto stocks for quite some time. And here we are. It continues, Tim. You've been a big fan of this, and if we could get a little bit of the valuation of a Tesla or NIO into these stocks, you're looking for a big ride here.
Yeah, and another big difference between GM and Tesla is GM's profitable. They had a record quarter. Again, a record quarter on EPS the last quarter in very difficult conditions. They'll probably be cash flow positive in 2020 in a ridiculously difficult operating environment. But right, at $6.25 a share, roughly 2021, if you put a 10 times multiple on it, that's easy math. Look, the fact that GM has been working in autonomous for years, but only now you're learning about it. News in the last 24 hours also that Walmart will be working with GM to at least test out autonomous deliveries for Walmart. The dynamics around Nikola or not is validation for not only their battery technology, but also the fact that they have been investing in this space for a long, long time. This is a company that's proven how to win in difficult environment, and again, a profitable company. So it's never going to get anything close to a Tesla multiple, but this stock's going a lot higher because, again, the Hummer's sold out. All of these different models are exciting, creating a buzz, and there's a lot of people that would much rather buy a GM.
Pete, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to give yourself a chance to redeem yourself because in the last segment, you used the whiteboard very poorly by not actually saying whether you would buy Tim's fast picture. You had all sorts of words and bullet points, but okay, so
it was way too much.
Would you rather Tesla or GM?
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a tough one. Right now, I own GM calls, and Tim was just talking about for all the right reasons. I mean, in October, Mel, this is a $30 stock, and now here we are above $41, and they continue to buy upside calls. Matter of fact, today they were buying out in March. They were going for the 55 calls. The problem I have, if you want to compare those two, the would you rather, I'd still have to go to Tesla. I continue to see the growth there and the potential there and the data that they've collected and all of the different sides of it that I still think it's a tech company more than it is a car company. So if you're going to put me in that box, I'm going to go Tesla.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.